Okay, I'm starting with a dark green and a light green. Remember, I wanted you to pick one color and do lights and darks of that color. So try not to get too many other colors combined. If I wanted to use like a bluish green or a yellow green, that would be fine. But I've got a dark, a medium, and a light, it looks like here. So I am going to go with the example of darkening the center line and then around the edges so that you get the curved look of the petals of the clover. Sorry, I've got one that's not sharpened. And a sharpener that doesn't want to work. Okay. There's a bunch of ways to do this though. So the way I'm going to show you here is definitely not the only way. And if you were looking at a picture of a clover, you might want to do it differently depending on how it looks in the picture. So I'm just kind of imagining how it could look just based on what I already know about a four-leaf clover and the way that it's shaped. So I'm going to start with a darker line in the middle. And I just curve it a little bit with the idea that those petals are kind of curving. Okay, and then I'm going to speed up, but what you're going to see me do is add the darkest value around the outside and inside, and then I'm going to slowly get lighter. So I'll go with the medium value and then the lightest value. Okay, I'm going to speed that up. Okay, so that was all done with the darker green. And I just want you to notice how even with one color, you can change the value just by pressing harder. So if I come along here and I press harder with this same color, you're gonna start, it's gonna make it look more like it's, this part is shaded, like it's kind of curling out or under away from the sun or away from the light. So you can do this with just one color. I'm going to use a couple so that you can see how to do that too. But just keep in mind that, you know, if all you have is one color, you can change the value just by how hard you press. Okay, so that's what I've just done here. So I'm going to finish that up all the way around the edge, and then I'm going to move on to my medium green. Notice also here, I made this part of the stem look farther away by making it a lot darker in here. So that starts to make these parts look like they're coming forward. Okay, so that's what the darker value does. It makes this part look like it's dipping in. It makes this part look like it's curling under, like they're farther away from the light. So that is part of the whole purpose of using the values to make it look more 3D. Now this one I feel like is not as well blended as this one. It doesn't look as natural because I can see the lines in between where I changed colors. Here it fades more from light into medium into dark. So when you see that, you just want to get your values and go over it. You need to do more overlapping. So I might take my darkest value here and overlap. That's not my darkest, whoops. My darkest value here and overlap it so that it kind of blends in a little bit more with that mid value. And then I also might want to take my light value and overlap it as well so that it starts to blend in a bit more with that middle value. And you just have to kind of play with it back and forth until you get it to where you feel like it looks natural. But the overlapping of values is really crucial to make it look natural. Just kind of back and forth and just kind of stand back from it, take a look and see if that looks right to you.